The story of Freddie Mercury. Freddie Mercury was one of the greatest singers and performers the world has ever seen. But before he became famous, he was just a boy named Farrokh Bulsara. Freddie was born on September 5, 1946, on the island of Zanzibar, which is near Africa. His parents, Bomi and Jair Bulsara, were from India, and they followed a religion called Zoroastrianism. Freddie had a younger sister named Kashmira, and they were very close. When Freddie was little, he loved music more than anything else. He learned to play the piano when he was only 7 years old. His parents saw how talented he was and encouraged him to keep practicing. Freddie also loved drawing and was very creative. When Freddie was 8 years old, his parents sent him to a boarding school in India. The school's name was St. Peter's, and it was far away from his home. Even though he missed his family, Freddie worked hard at school. His teachers noticed that he was very gifted in music. They even gave him the nickname Freddie, which he liked. At school, Freddie joined the choir and learned to sing. He also started a small band with his friends. They played music for their classmates, and everyone loved Freddie's voice. He could sing in a way that made people feel happy and excited. When Freddie was 17 years old, his family moved to England because Zanzibar was no longer safe. It was a big change for Freddie. He now lived in a small house in a city called Feltham, near London. Even though life was harder in England, Freddie stayed positive and focused on his dreams. In England, Freddie went to art school. He was very good at drawing and wanted to become a graphic designer. But music was still his biggest passion. Freddie started going to concerts and meeting other musicians. He dreamed of being in a rock band. One day, Freddie met 2 musicians named Brian May and Roger Taylor. Brian played the guitar, and Roger played the drums. They were in a band but needed a new singer. Freddie joined them and brought his amazing voice and ideas. Later, they found a bass player named John Deacon. The 4 of them formed a new band and called it Queen. Queen started playing small shows, and people quickly noticed how special they were. Freddie had a powerful voice that could sing very high and very low notes. He also loved performing. On stage, he wore colorful costumes and moved around like a superstar. He made every concert exciting and fun. Freddie also wrote many of Queen's songs. One of their first big hits was Bohemian Rhapsody. The song was very unique because it had so many different parts. Some sounded like opera, some like rock, and some like pop. At first, some people didn't understand it, but soon it became one of the most famous songs in the world. Queen made more and more hit songs. People loved singing along to We Will Rock You, We're the Champions, and another one Bites the Dust. Freddie's voice made every song special, and his performances made people love him even more. In 1985, Queen performed at a big concert called Live Aid. It was a charity event to raise money to help people in need. The concert was watched by millions of people all over the world. Freddie's performance at Live Aid was incredible. He made the crowd clap, sing, and cheer. Many people say it was the greatest concert in history. Even though Freddie was famous and successful, he stayed kind and humble. He loved spending time with his friends and his bandmates. Freddie also cared about his family and often visited them. Freddie loved to be creative in everything he did. He designed Queen's logo, which had lions, a phoenix, and a crown. The logo showed how much Freddie cared about art and making things beautiful. But Freddie's life wasn't always easy. In the 1980s, he got very sick with a disease called AIDS. At that time, people didn't know much about the disease, and there wasn't a cure. Even though he was sick, Freddie continued to make music and perform. He didn't let his illness stop him from doing what he loved. In 1991, Freddie passed away at the age of 45. His death was a great loss to the world, but his music and spirit live on. Queen's songs are still loved by millions of people everywhere. Freddie Mercury showed that with talent, hard work, and courage, you can inspire people and leave a lasting impact. Today, Freddie Mercury is remembered as one of the greatest rock stars of all time. His powerful voice, his incredible performances, and his unforgettable songs will always be celebrated. Freddie taught us to dream big, be true to ourselves, and share our gifts with the world.